What is up, guys? We are live. Thank you for tuning into Man of the Metaverse. I am Beach Dad, aka Brandon. Well, vice versa, really. And this is Lewis from My Life, My Money Media. How you doing today, Lewis?
God bless,
Are you,
blessed by God.
well, that's good. That's good. I told you put us blessed by God. I told you I put us on Spotify too. So now we're on Spotify. We got one episode on there because people do like to listen to podcasts, and we got a lot of good material when it's long. But sometimes on YouTube or Instagram or some of these other platforms, people like short content. So we got a little bit stuff in different places for everyone. What you want to
Okay,
get into today?
man, let's talk about maybe another conspiracy theory I have going on, and it's with this thing I'm about to show
Hmm.
you right quick.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, this damn motherfucker work. All right, Brandon. Can you see? I think you kind of froze over there. Can you see?
I'm looking. Yeah, I can see. I can see a black screen. I can't see anything right now. Oh, yeah, that's your boy Joe Biden. I see.
Okay, we got our president, Mr. Joseph Biden, and we have a
Lock him up,
very
Joe.
well, some people may call him that. Some people may call him Sleepy Joe, but who knows? But we got a very, very, very popular firearm right next to Joe Biden. Brandon, do you know? You ever seen that firearm before?
I'm not too familiar. Go ahead. What is it? Is that a
What does
Glock?
it look like? Just tell me. It looks like a Glock.
Like a hand? It look like a handgun. Kinda. I'm not the biggest
Well,
firearm person, so educate me.
you could say this is what you call a P80. A P80 is a knockoff of a Glock pistol. But
Okay.
Brandon, do you know what's so special about P80s?
No.
Well, hold on. Let's don't even talk about the P80s. Let's talk about the company first.
Okay.
Now that gun company I just showed you is called Polymer 80, and it was founded in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And before August 2022, they sold gun parts and 80% complete receivers. Brandon, do you
Okay.
know what 80% complete receivers are?
No.
All right. For every firearm has a receiver. The government sees the receiver as the gun itself.
Okay.
So this company discovered a loophole that if they can make so to be 100%, 80%, it was not
Mm-hmm.
considered a firearm.
I got you.
So, and we go get to what things led up to that and what's the benefits of making 80% receivers. But in August 2022, this company started selling real firearms to kids.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, here's is one of the examples this company sold. This before August 2022, this any person in the world, if you have the money to buy it, you could go to their website and buy a 80% complete receiver.
Mm-hmm.
And with the receiver, it came with the jig. Do you know what a jig is, Brandon?
Nope.
A jig is something you
You can
a
cut a
jig
jig. I know that, but
no,
it...
no, no. A jig is a device you use to make the same thing over and over and over again.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So it came with a jig. It came with gun parts. Some of them came with a barrel and a
Mm-hmm.
slide and the sights. Now, since this piece of receiver is not 100% complete, you could buy all these things for
Right.
$440.
So what else do you need to complete it to make it functional?
Only thing you would need is to purchase the extra parts on their website. You could
Mm-hmm.
need the mechanical skills to complete it, and
Mm-hmm.
also you can need somewhere, and you can need a drill.
Okay.
So if you bought this, if you had mechanical aptitude and you
Mm-hmm.
had the parts required, you could make a functioning firearm with no background check,
Mm-hmm.
with no serial number, and it's ready to shoot, Brandon.
Okay. So
Don't that
when
sound like
go ahead.
don't that sound like Second Amendment to you?
Right. And when they started, exactly did they start doing this? Because this is fine as long as everybody doesn't know about it.
They started doing this in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Around that time, I was in a different stage. Well, not a different stage of my life, but around that time, I knew about these so-called
Mm-hmm. Kids.
80% complete
The,
these kits.
mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
actually, I didn't buy one, but I actually look at buying the AR-15. You used to buy AR-15 80% receiver for $40, Brandon.
That's crazy.
So all you had to do was buy the upper for $200, and then
And
you
you
had the
good to go.
mechanical know-how, and you could have a AR-15 for $300.
Right. And it's not gonna have a serial number, right? And it's
Not
not
it's
going.
not gonna have a serial number. It won't be traceable. Only way you could trace it is if you use your debit card, your personal debit card,
Mm-hmm.
and if people do the work, they can find it. But I got a feeling people use prepaid debit cards to buy these things.
Right. Right. But why would, like, because you have to get sanctions and stuff from the government to allow you to do stuff like this, especially when you're trying to go through a loophole. Why not just make it and then have you make a serial number or get a serial number before you're able to use it?
Well, that's not the marketing image, Brandon. They want you they want you to buy a unbackground check firearm with no serial number.
But
That's the marketing.
doesn't that sound dangerous though?
It does, but you know what? The state, I think
What?
they're in Nevada, the state approved it. The
Mm-hmm.
federal government, because you do have to file a manufacturing business, they approved it. So hey,
Right.
what can you say? What can you say? And
I
Brandon,
wonder if me and you tried to come up with this idea. You think they would approve it? Like, hey,
uh,
we want to do no background check on these half-made guns, these firearms, and they don't got no serial numbers or nothing on them. We just want to mass produce that.
that would be, they will put a bogus charge called a conspiracy on us, Brandon. A bogus charge is called conspiracy. That means you don't have to do nothing. But
Right.
if you
That's
thought
right.
about doing something, you're going to jail.
Right.
You know,
Right.
if you thought about
That's a
if
weird
you
way to look at. That's a weird way to look at conspiracy.
well, if you talked about it,
Right.
you didn't buy the drugs from the undercover. You talked about it, but you didn't know you blowing smoke up their booties. But now you're going to jail for 20 years for something you never
Right.
done.
Right.
So that is conspiracy theory. That's how you get black people locked up for doing nothing. If you want my opinion. Now, Brandon, let's get back to these P80s. Brandon, did you know? Can you hear me, Brandon? Brandon, can you hear me? Hold on. He's on mute. All right, Brandon, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, Brandon, you need to quit messing up around here. We try to run a good program. You jamming in with your phone.
I'm in my car. I've got some real life situations going on as a dad, so we make
Well,
do. But go ahead.
I
Go ahead.
guess you playing the Tom Brady today since you got the head. I got real life situations going on. That's why I can't play football good this year. All right. All right, Brandon. Did you know the P80s on social media started to blow up?
No, like I said, I'm not in that world. But go ahead, educate me.
Man, for the past 2 years, you've been seeing stuff on social media talk about the P80s don't jam. Everybody flashing their P80, P80 this, P80 that. And now remember, these kits cost $400, right?
Right.
But some people chose to buy these kits,
Hmm.
assemble the gun, and sell them back to the streets.
Okay, that's how they
So
do.
you
But
could have
before you
brought
go on,
uh
before you go on, we talked about we was gonna do this discussion about ghost guns, P80. I've never heard anything about it, so I did a little research, and they was doing some article, not an article, but I'm not gonna. I say Vice News. They had a little documentary about them and how easy they are to make them with a 3D printer, and how often they jam, and you have to kind of work at customizing it a little better so it won't jam, but it does jam a lot, and that's an issue some people have. But go ahead.
nah, not in this case, not with these now. What you talk about a 3D printer, that's somebody in their basement making stuff. All
Well,
of them,
it was a cop. It was a cop who had the 3D printer, and he was doing a contest. Well, not like a contest, but just not a targeting competition, but something like that. But you only can use a ghost gun, and it was law enforcement person doing it. So,
I don't want to think, I don't want to defend Polymer 80,
mhm.
but it's a big difference between manufacturing and
Uh-huh.
in your basement. You bought a print in your
I
basement
got you.
manufacturing.
I
So
got you. That makes sense.
this company actually used injection molding for
Uh-huh.
to make this stuff. So instead of 3D printer dropping little plastic dots very slowly, this place used injection molding to make these frames.
So it's more
So
accurate, and you'll have less jamming and stuff like that, or is it not?
this this gonna shoot. I just go say it like that. Now,
Okay.
a Glock may last you. Now, this is my opinion. A Glock may last you 30,000, 50,000 rounds till you had to change something out.
Okay.
This P80 may last you 1,000. That's just my opinion. But in general, most people don't shoot 1,000 rounds out of the gun. They get it just for
That's true.
the looks. So
Right.
this gun will fire, but I don't know about to hold up.
Right.
But Brandon, we talked about you could sell to black people if you got a good brand behind it, like
Yeah,
branding.
that's
And
true.
social media boosts this damn gun so far up. The white boys was making this gun. I could say it. The white boys was making these guns.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they buy the guns off the internet, they make them, then they sell it to a
Finish them
black
off.
guy for
Mm-hmm.
$600 or $1,500.
Dang.
So the profit was anywhere between $200 and $1,100 for uh
But
a ghost gun.
we couldn't do what they did. We couldn't go get the kits and finish the guns.
Black people,
We
the Latinos
are we
took
too
all
lazy?
the construction jobs on. We don't know how to fix that no more.
We don't know how to fix, we don't know how to build.
That's just a joke and that's a lie. But yes, we could have done it. But what if you in this life, why are you at the house rigging and digging
With a hammer.
on a damn with a hammer and a drill? You supposed to be on
Because
the
you're
streets
trying to save money. You're trying to
causing
save money.
chaos. That's your job,
Yeah.
cause chaos on the streets.
Right.
So
And
the
so is that
what?
Go ahead.
Brandon, watch this. I'm gonna show you something. This is the Glock. That Glock costs like $550, whatever. People was paying more money for a BS P80
right.
when they could have bought a stolen Glock. Okay, let me show you. They could have just bought a hot Glock off the streets for
wanted it
$400
because social media hyped it up, like you say. But I don't understand what is the selling point with it? I mean, I get it that it don't have a serial number.
Brandon,
what else
no
is
background check? You could be a pothead, drug, beat your mama, your kids, everybody, ex-felon, child molester. Anybody could purchase this gun.
But people are still buying illegal guns anyway, or using them, or the ones that got bodies on them.
Brandon, everybody need a throwaway gun. Now I'm not talking about
That's not
myself.
true.
I'm not talking about
Right.
myself. But everybody need a throwaway gun. So
Okay.
imagine you could get a brand new throwaway gun with no evidence on it, and you could do what you got to
Right.
do on these streets.
So let me
And
ask you this, because
that
like
was
I
a
said,
joke.
I'm
That last
right,
statement
right.
was a joke for entertainment
But
purposes only. But you
let
can
me
take it
ask
how
you a
you want to
question.
take it.
So if I bought one of these guns, and I get pulled over by the police, what happens? Do I just tell them, "Oh, this gun is it's a ghost gun. I'm good to go," right?
We will talk about that later in the slides, Brandon.
Okay,
All
go
right. But
ahead.
if you gave your daughter, who's 8, 7, under 10 years old,
Uh-huh.
she could have went online and bought one of these 80% guns, Brandon. That's how easy they
Word.
was to buy.
Mm.
All right. Now, P80, Polymer 80, flooded American streets for 9 years with ghost guns, Brandon.
Mhm.
9 years. They sold thousands and thousands and thousands of these kits to people in America. How you feel about that, Brandon?
I don't feel good about it, but like I say, the government allowed it. They're
Don't
okay with it.
don't that sound like cocaine?
Yeah.
Don't that sound
Right.
like crack?
Right.
Don't they
And
sound
if you
like
wanted to stop it, you
switches?
could have stopped it. Yeah, yeah. But that's what they want. That's what they push. And then want to look at the aftermath and want to lock certain people up.
Let's go on. Okay, now people may not know what a ghost gun is, so we are here to inform you. Brandon, can you read that?
Yes.
Can you read it for me?
Ghost gun yes, ghost guns are designed to avoid all gun laws, untraceable and unserial I can't say that. Unseriesed. That's I've never said that word in my life. Available to buy without a background check.
All right, what was the first statement, Brandon, on there?
Designed to now let me ask you this. This is not on their
no, no,
website, is it?
no, say it, Brandon. What's the
Designed
first?
to avoid all gun laws.
All right, so if the ghost gun 80% attempt is to design all ghost guns, why these people ain't in jail, Brandon?
Because but like I say, if it was me and you, we would have been locked up. As soon as we came with the idea and tried to get it passed through, we would have been locked up. But like you say, it seems like a conspiracy, or it seems like the government is, I'm not gonna say into it because we don't want to say that on these ways, but why was this allowed to happen? And now it's a bigger problem. Like every year it's just gonna get bigger and bigger. And now they want to say it's an issue and we're gonna lock people up for it. We're gonna lock people up for
We ain't to
switches. Hmm?
we ain't to that point yet, Brandon. You don't. We ain't to that point. We just describing what
Okay.
a ghost gun is, but let's go
I
to that
got you.
point. Untraceable. Do-it-yourself ghost guns are the fastest growing gun safety problem in the country. They have become the weapon of choice for violent criminals, including white supremacists. And because they can be obtained with no background check and no questions asked, they are undermining gun safety laws across the country. The source is listed at the bottom.
Mm.
Now, Brandon, check this out. I went to a website. Here are some of the crimes
With
committed
a ghost gun.
with those guns. Let's check out the first one. After a fight broke out in the parking lot of a bar, a man shot and killed another man with a ghost gun. March the 6th, 2022. Let's go to another one. A student used a ghost gun to shoot at a school resource officer. March the 4th, 2022. Let's go to another one. A man used a ghost AR-15 in a double murder suicide of his ex-girlfriend and the man she was with. Let's go. Oh, this is February the 27th, 2022. Let's go to another one, Brandon. A 14-year-old killed a 16-year-old with a ghost gun near schools. Let's go to another one. A teen inattentionally shot another teen with a ghost guns he thought was unloaded. A man, now we supposed to be, don't we back the blue, Brandon?
um,
Yes, we
I'm
do it, man.
undecided.
Yes, we do it, man. In the metaverse, we need
No,
good
we back the
cops,
blue.
and
Yeah,
the
we
bad
need good
cops need
cops.
to go to jail forever. So we need good cops, bad cops go to jail forever. That I back the blue if that was the case.
Right, right.
A man used a ghost gun, was shot and injured by officers. Watch this. A 16-year-old fatally shot another 16-year-old with a polymer 80 pistol. Rochester, New York got hard gun laws.
Yeah.
New York. Let's keep, and the list goes on and on, Brandon. A man shot a Secret Service guard with a ghost gun. A man involved in an armed robbery had a ghost
Mm.
gun. A man randomly opened fire with a ghost gun, killing 2 people. You see, well, here's another way. This guy must have a switch. A man suspect of shooting a fully automatic ghost gun pistol.
Mm.
Dude, now, do you see a trend here, Brandon?
Yeah.
Should these people have firearms?
Should they have firearms? Yes. Should they have
Hold
firearms that
on,
are
Brandon.
registered?
We
Listen,
just
listen.
talked
I ain't even
about these
finished. We're not.
criminals on here.
Yeah. I think people get more reckless when they know they have illegal guns. But should people have firearms? Should these people have firearms? No. But should people have firearms? Yeah. But I think when people have these guns, if you purchase in a ghost gun, you're more likely to do something like this. You're more likely to be floating around feeling like you can do whatever you want. Or you get in an argument with somebody, you're going to pop them and leave because your gun ain't registered. They ain't
Me,
going to be able to trace no bullets back to you.
and Brandon had multiple conversations about a guy in Baltimore shot a man with a baseball bat. He shot him with a damn ghost gun. 14-year-old young man, kid, whatever you want to call him, shot the man with a ghost gun. So I feel like if a person needs a ghost gun, they up to no good. That's why I didn't buy one, Brandon.
Right.
They up to
why
they
would
up to
you?
no
Why
good.
would you? Right. That's what I'm saying. Why would you need one? I'm just gonna go the right route and buy an official gun and register it because I want to protect myself. If you're getting a ghost gun, you're getting it for malicious reasons. Like you're trying to be slick, you're trying to hide, you want to, be untraceable. Like that just shows what kind of intent you have, depending on your purchase.
And like I say, in my opinion, a Glock will last 50,000 rounds. A ghost gun may not last 1,000. So you ain't buying it. You ain't buying it for the quality. You buy it because you want to undermine the gun laws.
Mm-hmm.
And or you want to do something, you may conspire to do something illegal.
Right. It's already on your mind.
I live outside of Baltimore, people. And let's look at a statement from the newspaper in Baltimore. Maryland's largest city has reported more than 300 animal killings in the past 7 years. The city officials are grappling with ways to stem gun violence. The police recovered 352 ghost guns last year, an increase of more than 1,000% from 2019. So far this year, authorities have seized 187 weapons with no serial numbers, according to a city spokesman. Now, this article is from like April and May. So that was they had 7 more months to go. So imagine how many ghost guns they got now.
Right.
The police chief earlier this year said officers had connected 67 acts of violence to a ghost gun that was recovered in 2021.
Right.
So people are buying these guns and doing acts of violence, Brandon.
Right. And I just saw a news story down here about Baltimore and how you guys were, I think they had a lot of black leaders in the communities trying to stand up against all the violence going on down there just because it's just out of control and it doesn't make any sense.
2020, a black leader, peaceful guy, they shot his ass. And he trying about protecting the peace, doing this, and they killed him.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying, and that kind of deters people from trying to stand up against what's going on in the communities, because these people don't care about you. And after you gone, you gone. As you know, ain't no coming back. So people like, should I live my life, try to better myself, educate who I can, or should I go into the trenches and try to meet these people on their level and risk my life?
See, you right. They don't want let me be in control of Baltimore.
What would you do?
Anybody 12 and up, you get 3 strikes, you out. I'll put a Joe Biden policy on your ass. but here's the difference with what I do different to Joe Biden. Those 2 strikes, we gonna try to reform you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do like that third, and we're gonna give you opportunity, we're gonna give you employment, we're gonna give you some skills, and we're gonna give you a place to rest your head just for a little bit while you get on your feet.
Right. But I think that's what people need.
But that third strike, when Brittany Griner start crying over there in Russia, you'll be having jobs like that over here. Yes, I said it. If you messed up 1 time, messed up 2 times, messed up 3 times, guess what? You'll be taking them big rocks and small rocks to your knees and back wear out.
And that's okay, because we don't do this, you're going to end up harming somebody in our community. And Baltimore is so dangerous. You can't even live peacefully without having your head on a swivel looking around. And like I say, it's a lot of times people doing this crime and stuff because they don't have any other opportunities. They don't see a bright future. All they see is chaos. All they see is them growing up in a war zone. They don't have nothing to look forward to. So yeah, let me grab a ghost gun. Let me try to get it how I live. Let me try to do that, because that's all I know. That's all I see around me.
Robbing UPS drivers, robbing the people who drop off old disability people at the house, robbing Uber people. Now, this is one of the dumbest things we talk about, Brandon. People, an Uber driver, how an Uber driver gonna rob the person who jumps in the back seat and think you ain't gonna get caught?
Oh wait, God, dog, I didn't know that. I thought you were gonna say it the other way around.
No, and think you ain't gonna get caught. You know
that's desperation, right?
I don't know how you got caught, but we caught this one. We ain't catch all of them, but this one was actually an Uber driver doing the robbery.
Right.
The man said, "You going the wrong way." Next thing you know, pulled over, group of 5 guys get out.
Dang. Well,
you know. And here's the thing with these young people too, Brandon, which I disagree. They just don't take your money. They gonna hit you at the same damn time.
Which is not funny, but they're gonna, they're gonna
hit you.
How it is, right?
Here, have the
about
money.
It. Right.
Then somebody gonna look at them. The feminine and these guys go look at them. Hit him across the head. Damn, you always got 3 guys versus 1. Just take the money and walk off.
Right.
But that's what we got now, man. But Brandon, thank God Uncle Joe came to the rescue, man. Thank God for Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe saw all this stuff going on with all these loopholes and all this. And in August the 24th, 2022, he made a policy that says those guns need to have some serial numbers on there nationwide. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, Brandon?
That's good, but that's not enough.
What you mean that's not enough?
I don't think anybody should be able to make kits for these guns. And you know, I know they got to get it approved. I just think that's a problem. We don't need just anybody making a bunch of guns. And you get a serial number. I get it. That's cool, but go ahead.
Here's the thing. Those guns now got to go to the same regulation policies as regular firearms. So you have to do a background check. So that Polymer 80 company is not selling those kits anymore. They selling real guns now.
Yeah. Okay.
So they took those off their sites.
I think, but this is my thing. Do you think we have too many guns or not enough guns
in America?
Yeah.
We got too many guns in America.
Yeah, we don't need. I don't. In my opinion, I don't think we need people making any more guns, whether it's through the manufacturer or it's 3D print or whatever. I just think firearms are so dangerous. We just need to limit how many we have. I honestly think that.
Do we have too many Tampa Bay ball caps on your head, Brandon?
We do.
I think we don't need to make no more. So if you want a Tampa Bay ball cap on your head, you should not be allowed to get it.
But listen, I'm fine with them making these hats. But if people start slapping people and killing people with these damn hats, I think we need to start looking at what's going on with these Tampa Bay hats. That's my thing. But no, I hear you. I hear you. People should have the freedom to make as many of something as they want. But if it's getting out of control, within the law, yeah, within the law, of course. But if it's getting out of hand and police are seizing illegal guns and legal guns too, like it's a lot of times that you can have a legal gun with a serial number, but somebody's done something illegal with it and it's just floating around. You get what I'm saying?
I got you. But Brandon, let's provide some relief. Now, this is not gun advice. I'm not professional. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know none of these laws. But this is what I think. Let's provide relief for all these thousands of P80 Glocks that need a serial number. This is not advice, but this may be a hypothetical solution. People with these P80s, you need to add a serial number to those.
They ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it.
How do it? How do you do it, Brandon?
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's too late. It's too late.
My opinion, how to do it, you have to go to a gun manufacturer and say, hey, put a serial number and run this through your system and give it back to me. We could do that. Just pay me $400. We'll do that for you.
Right. And not only that, then they got to check the quality of your gun and make sure they're not liable for something. You know what I'm saying? There's just a lot of stuff got to go along with that. So,
and then you got to say, if you could get a serial number put on it, right, then you got to do the state and federal laws to own that new gun.
Right. And then what about the background check?
That's some of the state and federal laws.
Okay.
And if you are a criminal with one of these guns, you just need to turn it over to law enforcement, man. Turn it over. They take it.
So no, that's not about to happen.
So if that's not about to happen, so what's going to happen in these streets, Brandon, when these kids get pulled over?
They're going to run? Are they going to shoot back at the police with their ghost gun?
Now, Brandon, don't put them like, you think all the people who got a ghost gun go shoot back at the police? I thought about owning one of these guns a long time ago. Will I shoot back at the police for getting pulled over, Brandon?
If your life
Brandon,
is
you take it too long to answer that question, Brandon.
If your life is in jeopardy,
Lewis, I got pulled over for speeding.
But what do you got in the car? You got dope in the car.
I said me, Brandon. I don't got dope in no car.
We know it's not you though. We're talking about these criminals.
Me.
Okay, well, no.
Everybody ain't a criminal. Some people just say, I want to. The Second Amendment means I'm supposed to have any gun I want. A lot of white people think like that. Just to be frank with you. Well, those white people who think like that shoot at the police if they get pulled over.
No.
So what they need to do with their ghost guns they got now?
They need to turn them in. They need to turn them in.
You're right. Turn because I tell you right this. Well, maybe not for white people, but if you are a damn near law-abiding citizen black guy, a person breaks into your house and try to stab you, you shoot them with a ghost gun, you going to jail too.
Right. Not only that, we've seen video where a black man's got pulled over and he had a legal gun. He said, "Look, I got a gun in a glove compartment." He got shot up in front of his wife and kid. So if you get pulled over and you say, "Look, I got a ghost gun," ain't no telling what happened.
Last year in New York, up north somewhere, and shout out to people in New York, shout out Chicago, shout out Dallas, and shout out Charlotte, because those people watch most of our videos. Listen to some country ass niggas. But what I was like, last year in up north somewhere,
Uh-huh.
two rock rollers was attacking a 5-year-old boy.
Uh-huh.
Black guy saw it, went across the street, popped him, pow, pow. The
Mm-hmm.
first thing the news people said, we checked it out, the gun was legal, so he's all right. So instead of saying this guy was a hero, the first thing they said, we checked the gun out, the gun was straight, legit.
Right. Right.
But
That's the first thing they think, So that just says a lot.
Two rock rollers, you know how big rock rollers are.
Yeah.
On a 5-year-old boy.
Right.
The
Saved
man
his life.
ran across the street, shot a pow, shot one, I think the other one went away. First thing they said, we checked the gun out, the gun was legal. Who gives a crap about the damn gun, man?
Well, depending on who you are and what you look like, it does. And people start jumping to conclusions and doing investigations they don't necessarily need to be doing.
You're right. And that is the double standard.
That doesn't exist.
All right, Brandon, that's it. You want to end this live and start another live? Can you do that?
Yeah, we can go ahead and end this live. Yeah. Let's see.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you for watching Man on the Metaverse. Please make sure you hit the like button, comment below, because this is great information. And we was going to show some videos of some people who have a lot of these Glocks P80s, but we'll be talent telling on those people. So if you have a P80, guys, don't put this thing on social media. Don't take it out. This is not advice. Don't take it outside your house. Just keep it. Say you like it. But remember, right now, that gun requires a background check. And if you come to Maryland, you're getting a $10,000 fine, and you could go up to jail for 5 years if you have one of these guns in your possession.
But do you think people know that? Do you think people know that?
Hell no. And that's a conspiracy about it. And I got another thing. Later, we got another conspiracy. They set people up to fail. They set people up. Like me and Brandon was the first people that brought you these Glock stuff. Now all these famous people in the black field are talking about these switches, but I knew it from the damn start. But thanks again, guys. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share this out. Great information. All right, Brandon, you can cut it.
All right. Talk to y'all later.